Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into a really cool lesson on leadership. And it comes from a place you might not expect, this ancient Buddhist text. It's called the Sutra on the Four Unprecedented Dharmas, which is a mouthful, I know. But it basically means unique truths. And trust me, it's going to completely flip the script on what you think it means to be influential.
So, let me ask you something. Think about the leaders you really genuinely admire. What is it about them? What makes them not just powerful, but beloved? Is it just their authority, their title? Or is there something way deeper going on?
Well, this ancient text we're looking at today, it takes that whole idea of leadership and just turns it on its head. It argues that the most profound qualities of a leader, they have nothing to do with power at all. Nope. It's about a totally different kind of connection, something much more human.
Okay, so to get into this, our story starts with this incredible archetype of a perfect ruler, the Chakravartin.
Now you might be wondering, what on earth is a Chakravartin? Well, he's not just any king. We're talking about a legendary, almost mythical figure, an ideal monarch who rules the entire world. And get this, he doesn't do it with armies and force. He rules through pure ethical virtue. He is, quite literally, the absolute peak of worldly success and power.
So, the sutra kicks off by telling us that this perfect king has four unprecedented qualities. These are unique, special attributes that are the secret sauce, the very reason his people absolutely adore him.
All right, so what are they? What are these four qualities that make him so incredibly beloved? Let's break them down.
Okay, so first up, his people love him like a father. Second, just seeing him makes them happy, like a little kid seeing a parent. Third, his words are totally captivating. People can listen to him all day and never get bored. And finally, when he gives guidance on right and wrong, they don't just obey, they accept it with genuine, endless joy. You see the pattern here, right? It's all about love and engagement, not fear or force. It's a pull, not a push.
But right when you think you've got this figured out, this whole image of the ultimate king, the story takes this sharp, totally unexpected turn. The Buddha is about to introduce a parallel that you will not see coming.
So, the sutra pivots from this larger-than-life figure, the most powerful person in the world, to a humble monk, a guy named Ananda, who was the Buddha's personal attendant. I mean, on the surface, you couldn't find two more different people. What in the world could they possibly have in common?
And then the Buddha just lays it out there, plain and simple. He says, just like that great king, Ananda also possesses four of these same unprecedented qualities. And bam, that's it. That's the mic drop moment of the whole text.
So we have to look at Ananda's four qualities, right? Because they reveal a totally different kind of power. It's not a power that comes from a throne or a crown, but from something way more personal. Wisdom and compassion.
See, Ananda doesn't rule a kingdom. He doesn't have subjects. His people, so to speak, are the four groups that made up the early Buddhist community: the monks, the nuns, and then the everyday laymen and laywomen.
And here's where it all clicks into place. The pattern is exactly the same. It doesn't matter if he's talking to the monks, the nuns, the laymen, or the laywomen. The reaction is identical every single time. They rejoice just seeing him, and they never, ever get tired of his teachings. It's the exact same four qualities as the king. But Ananda's influence, it comes from teaching and kindness, not from ruling.
But wait, there's actually one more twist to this whole thing. It turns out the only reason we can even sit here and talk about this amazing story is thanks to some ancient scholarly detective work.
You see, for a long, long time, there was a bunch of confusion around this text. It makes you wonder, right? How can we be so sure that this beautiful comparison between the king and the monk is the real story?
Well, it's all thanks to an ancient editor's note that's been preserved with the text. This editor basically solves the whole mystery. They point out that the authentic version, the one called the Dan text, is our story, the one with the king and monk comparison. But other versions had accidentally swapped in a completely different sutra, one about, of all things, building monuments. The real meaning was totally lost.
And here's a fascinating little detail, a bit of symmetry for you. The editor points out that this whole mix-up caused exactly, you guessed it, 4 critical errors. The true sutra was lost, another one was duplicated by mistake, the wrong translator got the credit, and the text was put in the wrong category. That number 4 just keeps popping up, doesn't it?
So, thanks to that sharp-eyed editor, the sutra's profound message was saved. And that message is crystal clear.
The greatest kind of influence, the kind that inspires real joy and devotion, it doesn't come from a crown. It comes from the wisdom and the compassion of a great teacher.
And that leaves us with one final question to think about. In your own life, who really holds more influence? The person with the fancy title and the worldly power, or the person with wisdom? This ancient story seems to suggest the answer has been right there, waiting for us all along. Thanks for joining me for this one.